You want to be in the video? Sherman, do you want to be in the video?
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, hello, my name is Victoria. I'm so glad to have you here. This is my husband, Devin.
What up?
If you are not new, then you definitely have seen him before a few times on my channel. Today's video is going to be a Q&A. I asked you guys over on my Instagram about a week ago to send us questions to answer together. And you guys had a lot of questions. I don't know if anybody else is having this problem, but anytime I do the ask me a question sticker on my Instagram.
I'm sorry.
Anytime I use the ask me a question sticker on Instagram, whenever I go to look at the responses, it like kicks me off. So I screenshotted as many as I could within the few seconds to let me look at it. So I have quite a few screenshots. I know, I don't know why it's doing that. But if your question doesn't get answered, I'm sorry, I just couldn't actually screenshot it. So anyways, let's go ahead and get into the questions. So I'm just gonna do random ones. Was it hard switching from day to night shift?
Not for me, honestly.
Do you want to tell them how you switch?
I honestly forget how I switch right now.
So Devin goes back and forth between day shift and night shift every few months. He's getting ready to go back on night shift. So
yeah.
that's really sad, but
what I do is I'll say like I have 2 days off in a row. The first night I will go to sleep at 10 p.m., sleep until 2 a.m., wake up. So you only sleep like 4 hours, so you're super tired, you're exhausted. Stay up from 2 to like noon, and then take Benadryl. Sleep from noon to like 7 or 8, and then stay up all night, and then you're good to go.
yeah. The first time he ever switched from day shift to night shift, he just basically stayed up longer and longer every night and tried to like sleep during the day until...
But that doesn't work for me anymore.
I know, but just like if you're like the first time around, I don't know. I felt like that was all you really could do, you know?
I don't have a problem with night shift. I know a lot of people who complain about never being able to sleep, but...
As long as you keep your schedule like the same as if it were day shift, I think that's what he does that really works. So basically like if it's 8 a.m., he treats it like it's 8 p.m.
Yeah, it's not that hard.
So just treat it like come home from work in the morning and like do your stuff, maybe eat if you don't eat at work, and then like treat it like dinner, and then you can like stay up, watch TV, play video games or whatever if you want to go work out, and then come home and go to bed like at like 10 a.m. or 11, so it's like 10 or 11 p.m.
Exactly.
That's exactly how he does it, and it works for him. How do you guys budget? Hardest part of being a milso? Advice. So they're looking for advice because they're a military spouse and they feel like budgeting is hard.
We just try to keep, I don't know. See, we've never really had a strict budget. We just try to keep our bills as low as physically possible. We just got a new car because we pretty much had to. We were putting so much into your old crappy car that it was not worth it.
Well, we do have a budget and we don't. Like there's certain things that we budget for. Like I budget for groceries, and I guess like, well, I don't really know. I guess we base our budget off of what we know we already spend. So we just don't go crazy. Like we don't buy anything really that we couldn't like use cash to pay for. So like we wouldn't go and buy like a $5,000, I don't know what would be $5,000, like a living room set if we weren't prepared to like actually spend $5,000. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like we do have credit cards, but we don't put anything on there that we know we can't pay off.
Except the car. We did buy a car.
Except the car, yeah. Cars and houses, I feel like, are two things that I'm willing to have like payments on. But other than that, we pretty much try to pay for things in full, and then we keep our like monthly bills as low as we possibly can. It's been a lot easier since I've got a full-time job and I'm making more money now than I was before when I was working part-time. But we still did fine then. I just feel like it was just like we couldn't eat out as much or like spend like fun money as much. I feel like whenever I get paid or when Devin gets paid, because we have the same bank account, Devin just takes whatever he feels like is a good amount and puts it into the savings. We always put money into the savings every time we get paid. There's never a time where we don't do that, so that we're always saving something. Even if you can only save like 50 bucks or 100 bucks, like try to put something away just so you're building a little bit of a savings, just so in case you ever need it for something someday, or I don't know, if you just want to have a savings, it's always good to have savings. So I guess I don't really know how to put it into like a strict way we do it, but we always make sure we put money into savings. We just try to live within our means, basically. Is it hard being so far away from your hometown?
No.
I get this question a lot. People are asking me.
No.
People ask me this a lot of how do I deal with being homesick, and I really don't get homesick.
Same.
I don't really know why that is. I just feel like that's just my personality.
Out of sight, out of mind.
Yeah, it's out of sight, out of mind for me too. I just feel like, I don't know, it's important to like build your own life wherever you are and not try to like be upset all the time about wishing you were home, because it's like not something you can really change. So
There's no point in getting upset about it.
Do you suggest on or off base housing now that you have experienced on base? What would you say? I think it depends.
It depends. I like living on base because I could throw a rock from my house to where I work.
Yeah.
But if I lived like 15-20 minutes from here, I'd probably want to live off base. You don't really save money if you live on base or off base unless you want to buy like a really crappy place to live.
I'm sure some people could find like houses with mortgages that are like significantly less than BAH, but I mean, to us, we've never saved money from BAH because we've always lived on base, so we don't know any different.
And I knew I'm not going to be here long enough to
buy a house.
To buy a house and it be worth it, so.
Right, yeah. So someone said, my husband is a doctor applying to the Air Force. We're in our early 30s and have 2 kids. Is it weird to join this old?
No.
I don't think at all. Devin was in
that's
basic.
Not old.
Yeah, that's not even old. But you were in basic with someone who was how old?
39.
Yeah, they were
He was enlisted too. He wasn't going to be an officer.
Yeah, especially if your spouse is going to be an officer, I think it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Do you think you will miss anything about the military life when you all get out for good? What's your answer for this one?
No.
If you guys don't know, Devin is getting out of the military not that long from now, like towards the end of the year. And honestly, we're not like sad about it at all.
I don't think I'll miss a single thing.
If I had to say something, I guess free healthcare, but honestly, it's not even that great. I'm not bad-mouthing it at all. I definitely appreciate it and we've used it, but I mean, I don't know. It's not really something that I'm going to miss too much. I think that too many people think that the military is like the best deal in the world and that there's like nothing outside of this life once you get out if you've joined. And I don't think that's true at all.
No, not at all.
The best piece of advice you'd both give to new military couples? I would say just be prepared to like, what would you say?
Be flexible.
Yeah, in a nice way, I would say be flexible, but like just like plan to like have things change a lot without you being able to control it. A lot of it is out of your hands and you kind of just have to like accept it.
Go with the flow.
Yeah, you have to just go with the flow and know that like some things are just out of your control and you have to just make the best out of it, even though sometimes it's gonna suck. So
yeah,
but it's not all bad. Like
no.
It's not all a bad experience. I don't want people to think that like we hate this lifestyle. We don't, but it's just not for us forever.
No.
Oh, my friend Nikki said, are you excited that Devin is getting out soon? I'm excited.
Yeah. It's just a new chapter and we're like ready to...
Yeah. I am excited. I mean, I'm a little bit nervous, but not like in a bad way. Like I'm excited and nervous. I'm just nervous because we've never been married outside of the military. I mean, we were for like a month, but I'm just like, I'm excited though to experience just like regular life, I guess. Mm-hmm. So I'm really excited for that. What turns you off about the military life? Why get out?
Honestly, I am a homebody and I like doing my own thing. And when they say that you are an airman or soldier or seaman 24/7, that's like real. Like mm-hmm. You're always getting phone calls outside of work. You're always like, I don't know how to... Basically, you can just delete all that. Basically, I want to work somewhere where I work... This might sound bad. I work 40 hours a week, and when I get off, I'm left alone. Like, no one's going to call me from work. No one's going to bother me. Like, I just want to live my own life outside of my work.
Yeah. I feel like when you're in the military, it's like you're never off the clock.
Yeah, no.
And there's really nothing you can do about it. And some people don't mind that, and some people's jobs might be like where it like that doesn't bug you. But I think for him, it does bug him.
I'm ready to be independent.
And I've always said that I would support him whether he decided to stay in or get out. And I know that he's going to be much happier not in the military. So I think that'll be good for him. And also I think it'll be good for us too. For him to be a lot happier in his job and just not be in the military anymore. I think a lot of people don't understand why you would want to get out. Like anybody would want to get out.
Right.
But it's not as like great as you might think it is. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it.
Everything's different. Every job's different.
Yeah, and Devin has goals and aspirations outside of the military. He's going to school and he just wants to do other things. So that's why he wants to get out. Someone said, do you both ever get sick of the military lifestyle? I mean, I don't like, the things I get sick of are more related to like your job.
Yeah, my job's the same on the outside as it is.
Yeah, I guess just like him working, switching between days and nights and like,
which is healthcare. It's not military.
That's not really the military. Like I don't get sick of like the military lifestyle because like I said, I don't really feel too much like Devin work. Like I feel like he works just like a normal job. He just is in the military. But I don't really know how to answer that. I do get sick of certain things, but it's more so has to do with like his job.
Yeah.
And I feel like certain things are like, they vary like based on where you are. And so like you might have a really good experience at this one place, but you might have a not so great experience at another place doing the same exact thing.
And that's why I think we were meant to come to this base. Because I think if I would have went to a clinic and, you know, worked 7 to 4, never got called in, never got called outside of work. I
didn't have to work weekends or holidays.
Didn't have to work weekends or holidays. I probably would have re-enlisted. I'd probably been, oh, I can do this for 20 years.
Yeah.
But now that I came here, I'm like, oh, okay, like, this is how it is, and it's not for me.
Yep.
Long-term military plans. Exit.
How do you like the base you're stationed at? I am on Eglin, but wonder how others feel. So we are stationed at Eglin Air Force Base, if you guys didn't know.
I don't like it.
You don't like it?
No. The area is not, like, there's no big city. Like, I like inner cities. Like, if I could, like, live downtown somewhere and walk to work every day, like, I would love that. Like, there's no big cities. There's no... Everything's tourists. Like,
yeah, I think that's the biggest thing that I don't like about this place is that it's so touristy. Like there is like a lot to do, but then again there's not a lot to do. I feel like, I was telling our friends this the other day, I feel like this is a great place to vacation, but not to like settle down and have a family. Not in our opinion, at least. Some people might really love it.
Yeah,
and
some
like
people love it.
because like there's the beach and there's things to do in Destin, but like the traffic, the summer, the humidity we hate. At least I do. I hate the humidity here in the summer. It's awful. I mean, I like it being warm like most of the time during the year, like, but at the same time I don't like the humidity. But I think the biggest thing for me is just like the tourists and how crowded it gets in the summer.
Traffic. Which I know cities get crowded too, but
yeah, we have been up in Pensacola a few times and I like Pensacola better. I think that like downtown Pensacola is nice, which is like an hour from us if you guys didn't know. So I like that area a little bit better.
Yeah, it's a little more homey.
It feels a little bit more homey. They have a lot more like neighborhoods to settle down and stuff like that. But here, I don't know. I mean, Eglin, the Air Force Base itself is fine. It's nice. The base housing is really nice. I like it here, but just like the area is like not my favorite. Also, we're not like huge beach people. No. Which I think is a big thing. Which is like kind of funny that like Devin picked to come here. I think that's really funny. But...
we didn't know.
We didn't really know. Yeah, we didn't know any better. We just thought like, oh, Florida. Like, we would want to live in Florida. Yeah. A couple people asked what the process of getting out of the military is like, but he doesn't really know yet. Not yet.
You go through something called TAPS, is Transition Assistance Program, and I don't know if the S stands for anything. Maybe I'm not sure. TAPS. Correct me if I'm wrong. But they take you through like a 1 or 2 week course, and they show you how to interview for jobs, and they show you different things that the VA offers you. They also try to retain you. They show you everything that you get through the military, like all your benefits and stuff, and you know, they remind you that healthcare is not free and all that, which most people know.
I hate when people say that.
And so they go through there, and then they show you how to interview and all that. And
they also offer stuff for spouses too, don't they?
I don't know.
There are things that the military offers for spouses, like when your spouse is getting out of the military. I know because I've heard someone tell me before, but it just like helps. Basically, they just help prepare you to realize like what it's like getting out of the military and like how to like get a job and things like that.
And there's certain companies that are known to hire like protected veterans that are recently separated from the military and all that. So
yeah, and I'm sure there's just like a lot of paperwork that goes with it too.
Yeah, out processing.
Other than that,
same thing as any other base.
I mean, we could like do a video about that later when he like actually goes through it, but yeah, it's pretty much just like a bunch of paperwork, I feel like. So someone asked, when is the best/easiest time to get married, before they enlist, after basic, or training? So we got married before Devin even left for basic, and I feel like that was the best time to get married. Yeah,
so a lot of people I know wait. They're like, oh, I'm gonna wait. I don't know if I want to get married, blah, blah, blah. And they end up getting married like 3 months afterwards, and they, like, not that money is a factor, but if you're gonna get married anyways, you've lost out on a lot of money. And basically it's because you're being stubborn.
I feel like when you go into basic, like you already had all my paperwork put in before you left, and then when you were in basic, you got to do all my paperwork and make all of your stuff like married and do all the stuff that comes with that. So I just feel like it was so much easier to do it that way.
It's just all easier.
I feel like, yeah, and like Devin said, I mean, you do get more money when you're married.
If you're gonna get married anyways.
If you're gonna get married like while they're in tech school or whatever, you might as well at least legally get married before they leave, because then you're just like already set up. You don't have to deal with all the paperwork later. And like once they're in tech school and stuff, they're so busy. I just feel like that's just another thing to add to their plate to have to, because they have to do most of it. You can't really do anything. It's really like the
military member.
The military member, yeah, that's what I was trying to think of. It's the military members, most of their responsibility to get everything done. So it's just like easier, I feel like. And yeah, I didn't really think about that, but yeah, if you're planning on getting married anyway,
I think that's so silly.
Even if you're planning on having a wedding, like we didn't have a wedding. I mean, we did, but we didn't. We didn't have like a big wedding. But if you're planning on having a big wedding, you might as well, like, even if you have to keep it a secret, just get married before. Well, so many people do it. It's such a common thing in the military. It's like so normal. Like if you're gonna, you might as well just like get married legally on paper, and that way you can be receiving the benefits. You're already in the healthcare system, blah, 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 blah. You're getting money for housing. That way you're taken care of, and then you can have your big wedding later if that's what you want. And I feel like it's just easier that way. So
yes,
that's what I say. I mean, that's coming from me who never really cared to have a big wedding or anything like that. Like, so I don't know. That's just what I think. Okay guys, so those are all the questions we're going to answer for today. Hopefully we answered all of the ones you guys wanted to know. And
I feel like we did.
Yeah, I feel like we answered a lot. There's a few things that we don't really like want to talk about until like later, so if we didn't answer your question, then that's probably why. There's just certain things that I don't really want to talk about until like it happens, you know what I'm saying? So hopefully you guys enjoyed this Q&A. If you did, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more videos with Devin. I feel like Devin's not in enough of my videos. But yeah, anything else to say?
Praise the Lord.
Amen, Devin. Okay, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.